This week's episode of &Dragons. As you can see, I am by myself this week. McKaylee is not here. Is that right, McKaylee? You're not here this week?
No. I'm not.
You're not? Okay. Oh, no.
Wait, I gotta go over now. Hold on. Hi!
Hello!
We're
together!
I'm so excited. That was really uncomfortable, I gotta
really
say. It was very bad.
We're really bad at jokes, but it's okay.
Hi!
Hello!
We just happened to be in the same city at the same time, and so we were like, let's record a couple, because also I'm gonna be in everywhere for the next couple.
So welcome to &Dragons. I'm Claire.
I'm McKaylee.
And normally we are not in the same place.
No.
This is very unusual.
Very.
There's gonna be some real chaotic energy today.
So much. I'm your hype man.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Fake it. Yeah, so the past couple weeks we've had some guests on because McKaylee's been super busy. And it's gonna continue to be busy, so don't you know, this is past Claire and McKaylee.
Wow! Time travel! Wow!
Because we wanted to film some quality character creation content with our chaos energy in the same place. So here we are.
Yeah.
But McKaylee will be lost in the desert again.
I will be.
Probably.
For like a week.
Yeah. But I'm gonna be in chat, so if you have questions.
Well, not you, Claire. Future Claire.
Future Claire, yeah, not current, past.
The Claire who already knows what this character is.
Right.
Oh shit. That's going crazy.
Yeah. Hey Claire from the future.
Hi.
Or I guess present Claire.
Well, it's not present. Us.
It'll be present Claire though, because
it will be.
Right now it's future. I don't like.
Are we talking about it in the terms of their present, or are we present?
We're always present.
Because present is a gift. Oh, I know, it's time is a gift. That's why they call it the present. But
so anyway. If you've never joined us for a stream,
I'm sorry, this is your first.
Yep, you know, it could be different.
Very. Also, though, we're both on the same time. Normally our audio and video is lined up differently. So I'll say something and then you'll be a little delayed or something.
That's true.
So now we're both on the same.
Now we're both on the same
second.
So yeah, if this is your first time joining, We are anddragons.
Hello.
We are a character creation stream podcast thing. We walk through and roll for a new character every week with our lovely clickety-clackities.
Clickety-clacks.
They're so pretty, and that's another reason why we're doing this, so we can roll them more.
Yes. Because
yeah.
we've been playing D&D online, like most people in today's panorama world. And so...
I can touch your elbow, though.
Yeah, because we're in the same room.
We're in the same room.
Yeah. But so we haven't been in the same room in a long time. That's why this might be chaos.
Yeah.
We have been together for, like, a couple days now.
That's true.
So we have gotten over the initial, like, you have legs thing.
Yeah, did you know we have legs?
We have legs!
Yeah.
We're tipping this, like,
hey, it's okay. It's fine. Yeah, but we're gonna roll for a new character today. And
one that we don't know, but future Claire does.
But future Claire does, and hopefully future McKaylee will also know.
Though future McKaylee will not. Maybe future McKaylee will be dumb and forget, because future McKaylee has dumb brain.
Talking in third person is the time.
We made a character that talks in third person.
I know, like, we did.
We embrace it.
Yes.
Come on.
So, yeah, no, we roll for all of the decisions that you make when you're creating a character, because we know it can be intimidating sometimes. And we don't like decisions.
Race, class, background, first letter of your name, whether your shoes are left or right-footed. Not really. We don't do that. We don't do that.
No.
We do roll on a fun table we'll get to at the end.
Yeah.
That is wonderful. And we do at the end, after we roll for all of your basic stuff and fill in our character cheat that just has the basics. That's why it's a cheat. We will talk about background story stuff and build it up. Backstory. We'll build up who this character is and what they do. It's going to be great. I think it's raining outside. If you hear thunder, that's thunder.
Good. Yes.
I just wanted to... Don't be shocked. It's not sound effects.
I don't know where the brain cell is right now.
Somewhere in Nevada. I think I left it behind on my trip.
I took it from you before.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
And then I took it back. And I left it in Nevada.
That's unfortunate.
Yes.
Well, before we get going, I'm just gonna go over some disclaimers, because...
They're fun.
Maybe we don't need them, but maybe we do, and hey, we're gonna be thorough. Yeah. So, first off, we're not affiliated with Wizards of the Coast. Wizards of the Coast is the company that makes all the official Dungeons and Dragons content. We use their source material as well as other source materials, but we're not affiliated with them.
Yay!
So, we're going to be building a Dungeons and Dragons character mechanically, but we're also talking about story building, and that is in the realm of, like, fantasy... Dungeons and Dragons world, and maybe reasons why we might be the way that our character is. And some of that stuff might be a little bit more heavy on the trauma side. So just fair warning that some of the themes might be a little bit darker, a little bit
things
traumatic.
Like having to get your arm cut off, or being kicked out of your family at the age of 6 days, or being framed for murder.
Right, of course. And I mean, we keep it pretty light.
Yes.
It's we want this to be a welcoming and happy community. But just FYI, if you've never experienced Dungeons and Dragons before and you're like, wow, this feels like these people are chaotic and the things they're talking about are a little violent sometimes. Just FYI.
Yay!
Yay! Also, we're in our 20s.
We're gonna be 24 this year.
Don't remind me. But yeah, so we do curse sometimes. So, again, don't be distracted by the cute wholesomeness of our things.
Aesthetic.
Just these are just FYIs mostly. It's whatever.
Just if you have a tiny child in the room and you don't want them to hear a curse word, this is the time to get them out of here.
Yep.
Or if you want to teach them about curse words, this would probably be a great place to do it.
Sure.
Actually.
Yeah.
Would this be a good place to do it?
Well, we don't curse that much, actually.
We don't curse that. Not enough for that.
So the last thing is just that we ask that you be respectful and kind. in chat and just to each other because we want this to be a welcoming and safe community, and it's good when people are good to each other. It's nice and fun.
Do please engage in chat, though. Don't feel scared not to, but because we love it.
Yeah.
And Claire futurely will be there.
I will.
So currently is in the chat. Claire, say hi to chat.
Oh, gosh, dang it, Haley.
You're welcome.
Yep. I will be. Yep.
Thank you, Claire, for saying hi to chat.
You're having a good day too. Great. I love it.
Wonderful.
I'm just thinking about my life choices.
Like why you're friends with me.
That one makes more sense than just like all of the choices.
All of them.
You know?
In the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Anyway.
Anywho.
Woohoo.
Where now? Maybe we're rolling out folk today. Oh my gosh. Sorry, my brain went from like A to B really fast.
So like, we can make a character now.
Yay! Let's do it!
Alright, just because we're in the same place doesn't mean that our transition has changed at all.
Nope. It's just gonna be more.
It's just gonna be more.
Maybe.
And I'm running the show today.
Woo. Go Claire.
So it will be the same Unhinged that it was the past 2 weeks.
Which was great. I haven't watched it yet. But it was probably great.
You need to watch it. Our guests told you very valuable information. They called you out, didn't you? You called McKaylee out in the best way. Honestly, I support it. It's fine.
I'm ready for it. I've been chaos since, so I haven't had a chance to sit and watch them. But when I do, I promise you I will, and I will take the notes.
She doesn't know what she's signing on to.
Maybe I won't. I'm not promising to actually use them. I will take them.
All right, are you ready? Yes. And go transition.
Hey, what the matter with it? That way I shouldn't sing songs that are copyrighted because of Twitch is weird.
And we're back. I sure hope we are.
Yay!
There's a little uncertainty in this whole thing.
We love chaos.
Yep.
Are you ready, Claire?
I certainly am. So, before we get started, just a quick introduction of our lovely character sheet here. It's actually not a sheet. Doesn't have everything on it. It's a cheat.
Wow.
Yeah.
Claire, what is a cheat? Why do we call it that?
Well, McKaylee, this is a terrible energy that we've brought to the table today. But I'll keep going. Sure. Why not?
Commit to the bit.
Here I am with this voice. It's stuck in me forever now.
You're welcome.
No, so our character sheet is just, it doesn't have everything on it because we're walking through the character creation step by step. So the first things we go through are our character's race and then our background. And then later on we'll go through our character's class, which is the thing that we do, then the way that we fight, and the thing that is like...
What kind of adventurer are you?
Right.
Do you use magic? Do you use swords?
Right.
Yeah.
And we can go... And you can go in any order for character creation. This is the way that we do it. We might try going in different order...
In the future, just to see how it is. This is the way that we've been doing it. It's not... And we'll explain why.
Right.
I like to explain why we're doing it in this order as we do it. So,
Right.
There's a method to the madness.
Yeah, and it's not the right way. There's no, like, right way to build a character. There's maybe a way that's, like, easier to understand it if you're new, or maybe a preferred way once you've learned how to build characters, like what you like to go to first. So, yeah, this is the way that we're doing it. But we're starting with
race! Because there are, on this list that I have here, I think like 30 some different races. We do this first because your race is a foundation of a lot of what you are able to do.
It gives you certain abilities, and there's a lot of flexibility with those abilities as well. We're just pulling directly from sources, but there's ways to customize.
Yes. And the sources we are pulling from include, but are not limited to, the Player's Handbook, Volo's Guide to Monsters, Dungeon Master's Guide, other stuff. I'm just thinking of the races. Yep. I think those are the only ones with, like, races in them. I don't even think the Dungeon Master's Guide has races. Volo's Guide to Monsters. And others. I have yet to add Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft, so if you're here hoping that we're gonna roll for, like, undead or something like that, that's not gonna happen today, but maybe in the future.
Maybe for future Claire and McKaylee.
Yes. I would love to. I have read some up on Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft, and it's got some really cool, options for classes and, like, for races.
Oh, yeah?
Like, new races that are, like, undead and stuff. And
it's pretty cool, pretty cool.
Really cool. It's very, like, horror-esque, which is my vibe.
That's true. McKaylee likes horror.
I love horror! Oh, it's so good. Okay, Claire.
Yes.
Are you ready to get started?
Mm-hmm.
I've talked a lot. Roll a D100, please.
All right. I got some new dice recently. They're really pretty.
Gorgeous.
These ones are purple. Look at that beauty.
Oh my god.
They shimmer in the light.
God. Oh my god. I can't. So beautiful.
The energy is really chaos.
It's so chaos. I'm just, like, excited you're right here. Roll again. It's too high.
A 96 is too high?
Yeah, there's only, like, 35 races on here, I think.
What about 13?
13 fits right in. Ooh, we haven't made this one yet. It's an elf.
It's an elf?
Wow.
That's, like, I feel like that's
your standard, like
if you're not gonna make a human, you might make an elf for your first character.
I opened it directly to that page. That's how.
Wow.
It was
your book knows.
My book knows what we're doing. Usually it doesn't. Okay,
Great.
we're gonna. So, with some races, they do come with sub races. We're gonna start off with the just general elf traits, and then we're gonna roll for, on a list of sub races for elf, because there's different kinds of elf. Maybe you're a good elf. Maybe you're a wood elf. Maybe you're a something else elf.
High elf.
Yeah. There's also a
Sun
bunch
elf.
of others that I have on here.
Lots
from different sources. So this is from the Player's Handbook.
Mm-hmm.
So elves are, like, you know, your Tolkien elves is kind of what it's going for. Your Legolas and stuff. So your dexterity is going to increase by 2. Typically, elves are very limber and long. Then your age, you reach an adult at age 100. And then you can live to be 750 years old. So our elf can be anywhere between 0 and 750. Maybe even older if maybe we ended up living longer. I think some sub-races will say that, like, you live longer.
What's our oldest age?
750. Wow. So we're an adult at 100.
This is a fun dynamic because I've played a couple elves, and it's fun when you're with your party, like the other group of players, and everyone's like, oh, how old are you? What's your age? And, you know, the human's like, oh, man, I'm 20.
And that's an adulthood, according to the book. Adulthood. So 100 for an elf is like 20-ish for a human.
Or you're a tiefling and you're like, oh yeah, I'm like 25. And then you come to the elf and you're like, oh, I'm like about the same age as you. Like, we're in the same like you maturity. I'm like, it's like I look like I'm about as old as you are. Like, I look like I'm in my 20s. Mm-hmm. And then I just stop talking. I don't keep going. Because the second you say, like, I'm like 150 years old, and then
that's a weird dynamic.
And then people are like, you've lived for 150 years. An old lady. But it's really, according to this thing, it's
young. It's our age. 100 for an elf is how old we are.
Right.
I am curious, one of our long campaigns that we finished in January was Curse of Strahd, a Curse of Strahd campaign, and you played an elf for that one. Mm-hmm. I don't think I know. How old was Alora?
Alora was like, Nobody asked me about it,
No.
so I like
we
forgot.
Never really talked about
I forgot about the age thing.
Yeah.
But I think she was around like 110 or something.
Okay.
Because part of Feralora's backstory, part of it was that she, like, in childhood she had a sibling that went away to explore things, and in my head the time frame was regular amount of years, like human years, but thinking about it with like elf years, that's a listen.
Claire, I have my elf ears in the car.
Do you want to get them right now?
No, not right now. I mean,
okay.
Maybe in the next one.
Okay.
Continue.
Listen, the next time you see a pre-recorded episode, if McKaylee doesn't have elf ears on her ears, you gotta yell at her or something.
Oh, girl, we're both gonna be real. I have 2 sets. You want to be a half elf
fine.
or an elf?
All right, I'll be a half elf.
I'll be an elf.
So if we're not wearing elf ears, and the next time you see us in this situation, yell at us.
Yell at future Claire and
yell
McKay-
at
I don't know
future
who's
Claire
gonna be in
McKaylee.
That's very future.
I have no idea when it'll happen.
Yell whoever's in the chat as anddragons in that moment.
Yell at us.
Okay, continue what you were talking about. Age.
Yes, that's right. When I was thinking about the backstory of like timeline of how long the sibling had been gone and how long Allura was looking for the sibling before stumbling into Barovia, because we were doing Curse of Strahd. I thought about it in regular time, like human time.
Yeah, like it's only been like 4 years.
Yeah, I was like, oh, it's been a couple years.
Yeah.
But really, if we're thinking about it in the span of what would feel like a long time and to be worried enough about someone to go looking for them, it was probably actually
like 40 years.
Yeah, closer to 40.
Oh boy.
Which means, listen, he was in Barovia.
Claire, you know what's so funny? I just thought of, well, it's not funny, haha, funny sad. I played a human in that one, and so I was like 26, which was probably like maturity wise, maybe a little bit older than you. Like in terms of, like based on the book. Based on the book. Maturity wise, you were definitely more mature than I am.
Yeah.
Than my character was.
Yeah.
But there'll be a point when Allura gets old and Sven will have been dead for a long time.
Yeah.
So sad.
Yeah, I've seen so many like
elf and human friends. It can't be.
No, they can. I mean,
tragic.
And like relationships too. That any kind of relationship with it. I know.
You know what I'm thinking of.
I know what you're thinking of. But
I've seen some really good art of.
Yeah.
We're talking about Critical Role without saying the words because we don't want spoilers.
Yeah.
But you don't know what campaign we're talking about.
But to be fair, I think any campaign at the end, it's like, how long? What do you think everyone's doing at the end?
Yeah.
Like, what's the rest of the story that we're not doing? It's like,
oh yeah, the humans are gonna die.
The humans are gonna die.
That's why you shouldn't play a human. I'm just kidding. I absolutely adored playing a human.
I was gonna say
really
humans can be fun.
Okay, but that elf. We're playing an elf now.
But we're playing an elf. So.
We're playing an elf. So let's make an elf. Okay, so that's age. That's our age.
Yeah.
So we're gonna roll for alignment, but it always tells us alignment stuff. So I'm gonna read what it is typically for elves. Elves normally lean towards chaos.
Yep.
But they are often good than not. In the Player's Handbook, it says the drow are the exception and they're most often evil, but there's been some new source material about drow. I did it. Drow elves that has made it so you can more easily incorporate your drow elf to be less evil.
To be honest, like even before that like material was released,
I played good drow elves all the time.
You don't have to follow what things say, and we almost never follow the dice almost never give us the alignment that it says we need to do. You don't have and this is also a discussion with your dungeon master, your DM, your narrator of the story. Generally, you and the people that we play with, and the most important thing is to have fun. Mm-hmm. And if you want to make a character that is different than what it said, when the book says, go for it. Like, of course.
Yeah.
Make the character you want.
Yep. This is your world. I think we've said this a lot on this this stream. Like,
yeah.
This is your world.
Yeah.
Make your character the way you want. Make the world fit to you as is in the parameters of what your dungeon master allows.
Yeah.
Like, do that.
And sometimes the reason for not a DM not letting you do something might be, like, logistics.
Mm-hmm.
But if they're just being meanies, maybe that's a little red flag or something. You know? Maybe that's a little...
You shouldn't play with people who don't accept you. Sorry, that was...
Well, it's hard to find sometimes it's hard to find a group that wants to play and that you, like, all vibe and stuff. But, of course, there's lots of resources and things for that, too.
There are. Okay, so I was looking at the size for elves, and I was very curious if it was different from humans, and it's actually the same size range, minus them saying again that elves have slender builds.
Okay.
Is like...
So we're medium?
We're medium, and in the book, it says that you range from under 5 to over 6 feet tall. And that's the exact same for humans.
Cool.
So, you're human size, but, like, they tend to be more slender.
Mm-hmm.
And your speed is 30 feet.
Cool.
Unless, we'll see what we roll for our sub-race. Our sub-race is an elf.
Oh.
Is one that I know can change your walking speed.
Amazing. Love it.
It's fun. It's fun. You also have dark vision.
Everybody's got dark vision except for humans and Genasi and a bunch of others that...
And halflings.
I don't remember every time.
Who else doesn't have it? Halflings don't have it.
We talked about this when either Mark or Mia was here, and chat was lovely and gave us all of the ones.
Wow, okay.
Yep. It was a good time.
Look at you guys go. Just knowing shit, man. I wish I could pull all of this off the top of my head, but I don't. I haven't read all of the stuff yet, so. But I do know this weekend we guested in someone's campaign, and we played twin water Genasis, and that was where we learned.
We don't have dark vision.
Nope. But I did. I was a warlock, and I took that invocation.
He said, "Oh, let me just fix that real quick."
It's also good because you can see a magical darkness too. It's not just dark vision. It's like so it's very helpful.
It's very cool.
We have keen senses. So we have proficiency in the perception skill.
Okay. In perception, you say?
Yes. Also, I got this we went to a comic shop, and it's the Grog Strongjaw I would like to rage. Tankard wrap. I've been wanting it for so long, and I'm really happy I now have it.
You've drawn the attention, so I just have to, Yeah. Yeah.
I needed to say it. I already drank from it, but, like, I wanted to... Okay. Next thing.
Yes.
Fey ancestry.
Oh, yes, we have that.
We have that. So we have advantage on saving throws against being charmed, and magic can't put you to sleep. Yeah. I think it might be actually raining outside. I can hear it.
That's my computer.
No, I know. I can hear that.
Oh.
Different. Okay.
Great.
Elves also go into trances. I love this. You go, so you don't need to sleep, which is why you can't be put to sleep, through magic.
That sounded like dying.
Yes. Oh, that's bad. Okay. You meditate deeply for 4 hours in a night. So you can dream though. And they say they're like mental exercises instead of like dreams though, because you have to like train yourself to be able to dream in your trances is the kind of thing, but you gain the same benefit as other creatures do from 8 hours resting. Oh, wow. 8 hours of sleep. Yeah. So it's your long rest is only 4 hours.
I say this like I don't know what you're talking about, but I totally do.
I know. I was like, Claire, why are you being so surprised about this?
I'm just trying to be a good learning host.
Gotcha.
I don't know.
I love it. I appreciate it, and it's amazing. Okay. Language. Our languages, we can speak, read, and write Common and Elvish, of course, because we are elves. And it also gives a little description on what Elvish sounds like. It says it's a fluid language that's like has like subtle intonations and very intricate grammar.
Ooh.
Sounds very pretty and like, ooh. It says it's a language that bards learn a lot of like songs in because has very good like elvish ballads are very pretty.
Okay.
So it's a very musical sounding language. I think that's what they're trying to explain, which that's kind of cool.
That is really cool.
Okay, now it is time to roll for our sub race. Roll a d10, please. These are from a ton of different places. I think Sword Coast Adventurer's Guide, Eberron Rising. It's also the Player's Handbook. A 1 is a high elf.
Ooh, wow.
Wow. So a high elf is they say they are haughty and reclusive.
Oh, sick.
So some of this is a little like can be a little racist to other
That's a good point.
other like gnomes and stuff it'll say in here, so you don't have to follow that stuff.
Well,
but it is saying that they think they're more superior to other elves.
There's a lot of stuff in Dungeons and Dragons, like I feel like older editions that are, it's like when you're reading it's kind of uncomfortable because it's pointing out a certain group in a poor light and is just racist.
Yeah.
Even if it's not blatantly saying it. And I think that's the cool thing about this, like, resurgence of D&D in the past couple of years. I feel like it's much more welcoming, and you don't have to listen to this.
Yes.
Once again.
Yes.
Because it's stinky.
Yes. It's just suggestion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. Some of the things, it's like, this? Not cool. I'm not going to do it. We're just going to do what we want.
Interesting. It does tell you of other types of elves that are not in any of the books. Just like what they look like.
Oh.
Interesting. Oh, no. Okay, weird. Okay, so with our sub-race, we get an ability score increase. That is our intelligence is a +1.
Okay, cool.
And then we have elf weapon training.
Oh. Nice.
So we have proficiency with the long and short sword and the long and short bow.
Hold on, you need to say that one
so
more time.
Proficiency, weapon proficiency in the long and short sword and the long and short bow. So a long bow and a short bow, a long sword and a short sword. Yes. Which your class will typically tell you what weapons you're proficient in.
Right.
But
we get some extra
sometimes
stuff.
in your race you get proficiency and stuff. Yeah. So it's fun. It's very fun. That's part of why we do our race first. Because we're gonna just add on proficiencies later when we go to
so
our other thing.
we know.
Okay. We also get a cantrip of our choice from the wizard spell list.
Ooh.
And we use intelligence as our spellcasting ability for it. So when you do a magic user, one of the 3, the intelligence, wisdom, and charisma, one of those will be your spellcasting modifier. Sometimes if it's racial, they use constitution. I think for tieflings they do that. And it will, I love it. And so what we'll do if we play a cleric, they use wisdom as their spellcasting modifier. So if you do an attack spell or something, you add your wisdom plus your proficiency. But for this specific cantrip, we will use intelligence, no matter what. So
we actually can roll for this, because I know there are 30 wizard spells.
Okay.
We can just roll a D100. Or we could roll a D10 and a D20 and add them together.
No. I'm thinking. You talk about something real quick.
All right. Well, some stuff that has been happening lately. I'm really bad at this.
It's okay. I'm thinking it might be a little complicated. Maybe after the break or during the break, I can write up a table.
Okay. Sure.
I can think of how it can be done, but I don't think I can just have you roll and think of what the number is.
I mean, I could roll just a D100 and hope it's below 30. Like, above 30 is a reroll.
Oh, that's what you wanted.
That's what I wanted.
Oh,
yeah.
Sure. Go for it.
Okay.
Fucking do it.
Nope. 50.
Nope.
Oh, that's a 6.
Oh, nice. What you have?
Listen, I need to play cleric. I need to play cleric.
You do. Those are cleric dice.
I got some cute pike dice.
Trickfoot.
Who is a cleric?
Mhm.
They're rolling low for me.
Cleric.
That was 6, right?
Yes, ma'am.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Create bonfire.
My water genasi from yesterday had that one.
Wild. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
We don't really talk about or pick spells really because there's a lot of options. But this one, with spells, something to note, since we don't talk about them, we might as well talk a little bit about them.
It's from Xanther's Guide to Everything. So don't be looking for it in the player's handbook.
Right. So a cantrip is like a level 0 spell. And it will, when you look up spells, it'll tell you the school, the amount of time it takes to cast the spell, the range that it can reach, and then if there's components, the duration of how long it will last. And then sometimes if, like, on the app that I'm using to look up spells, it tells you which classes get this, could get this, but that's really not super relevant. Mm-hmm. And then it gives you a little description of what the spell is. So for create bonfire, you create a bonfire on the ground that you see within range. Until the spell ends, the bonfire fills a 5-foot cube. Any creature in the bonfire space when you cast the spell must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 1d8 fire damage. A creature must also make the saving throw when it moves into the bonfire space for the first time on a turn or ends its turn there.
I love it.
And then it also notes there's a varying amount of explanation on spells.
Yeah.
But this one also says that it ignites flammable objects in the area that aren't worn or carried, and then...
So if you're in a fight and you're like, that document's super important, we can't let the bad guys get to it. You could create a bonfire on it, catch it on fire, and then move it over to the bad guys. And use the bonfire as a weapon.
Yes, exactly.
I love it.
And yet, McKaylee does not like to play spellcasters.
I just don't... Like, I think maybe it was the warlock. I played a warlock yesterday, and I only had 2. We were level 3 because the party we were playing with was only at level 3, and I felt very limited in what I could do. Like, I only had 2 spell slots, and I was like, well, I used one, and it wasn't even a good thing. I shouldn't have used that. Now I only have 1 left for the day, like, and we're doing 3 battles right now, and it's like, oh, fuck. So I'm just... Every single round, Eldritch Blast, and I don't even know how to be creative. I know how to be creative with the sword. I don't know.
Yeah, that is true. Every time when McKaylee got something and our DM was like, "How do you kill this thing?" McKaylee I could see your brain trying to like think of a creative way to say like,
yeah.
I shoot an Eldritch Blast and it hits them.
It hits him.
It hits them.
It's just hit him. Because I like to talk about, like, not to be violent. I like to play barbarians. So I like to be like, oh, yeah, I'm going to slice them directly down the middle, and I want the 2 halves to, like, split apart and their organs to, like, dump onto the ground and, like, kind of slosh everywhere, and then they die.
I poured water in a cup. I'm just letting you know. I'm sorry.
Thank you for the explanation.
Anyway, let's get back. Let's get back to our high elf stuff.
One more thing for our high elf. We got an extra language.
Oh, what do we get?
We gotta pick it.
Oh, okay.
Which means we roll for it because we don't make decisions.
Yes.
Okay, so roll a d20.
Okay.
The big one.
A 5.
A 5 is goblin.
Oh yeah, we know goblin.
Because why not? Goblin. You know? Goblin, in case you don't know, is the language of goblins.
Would never have guessed that.
Oh,
just
boy.
like Elvish is the language of Elvis.
Oh my god! Who would have thought?
Nobody. That one was weird.
I thought that.
Well, I know, you did. And that's why we have an archfey in our world who is literally...
Elvis Presley is an archfey of the summer court.
Yep. We'll never stop talking about him.
Because he's amazing. And he's also, his family descendant is one of the players that we made. Which one was that?
Elvira
and Dresley.
You forgot about Elvira?
No, there's so many. I forgot which one. I knew which one it was. I usually forgot.
Don't cry. Elvira Dresley is very important.
Which they had two separate names. They were like, personalities.
Elvira and Dresley, a faceless druid.
So their faceless person was Dresley.
Yes. Who was evil. Anyway.
Okay, next thing. We are going to roll for background.
All right.
These are also sourced from the source books. 100. Do 100. Claire's just doing this. Trying to get me to answer.
81.
81 is a sage. This is also from the Player's Handbook.
This is a new one.
I like sages. I've made a couple of sage backgrounds. So a sage is like a researcher, typically of like more magical things. Which actually there's a feature you get called researcher. For sage. I have in my current party, one of our warlock has a sage background. So really? He has used the researcher, this feature, a couple times actually. Which we'll get into what that is. Okay, so a sage is like so it says you've spent years learning the lore of the multiverse.
The multiverse.
Oh
my gosh.
Yes. Which, that's including all the planes of existence and like the fire plane, the water plane, the 9 hells.
Yep.
So we can decide like if we have a specific interest or something.
Okay.
We'll decide that later.
Yeah.
But yeah,
maybe
we're like specific to a plane that we're just studying the Feywild or we're just studying Shadowfell. We have a field of study. We will roll for a specialty. But okay. Proficiencies. We get some skill proficiencies.
Okay.
We have proficiency in Arcana and History.
Oh, that's good.
So this one we do second because, your race is what you're born as. That's a good one to do first as a foundation. And then your background is what you did before you became an adventurer. So there are mechanical reasons, but this is why I like to do it in this order also, because it's kind of like story-wise. It goes in order of how your timeline matches up. I'm just upset that it's thicker than normal. Anyway. Gotcha.
It's fine.
It's okay. It's gonna be fine, Claire.
I'm just highlighting the proficiencies we have.
Yes. Oh, you're underlining them?
I tried to highlight them, but then I underlined them.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay, so Arcana and History. We also get 2 more languages, because we are smarty pants. So roll 2 d20s, please.
Oh, cool. I like to roll 2 d20s.
Oh, I really wanted to get one at the game store. I didn't see any, but a dice with a little dice in between. Laura Bailey from Critical Role has one of those, and they're gorgeous.
16 and 17.
Oh, yeah.
McKaylee, you can't punish my dice for being good.
There's only 15 languages.
Maybe you should make one bad. Maybe you should make one the reroll.
No. Go.
14 and 8.
A 14. Okay, perfect. An 8 is Abyssal.
Oh. Okay.
Yep, we speak Abyssal, which Abyssal, I always get mixed up which one's the demons and which one's the devils. Abyssal is the language of demons. Infernal is the language of devils. But we speak Abyssal, and we also speak Sylvan.
Oh, that one is a more standard.
Yes.
Feeling.
Yeah, so, well, no. It's also considered, so these are both considered exotic languages.
Oh.
But right. Sylvan is the language of fey creatures.
Right.
So it does kind of make sense, us being, like, a lot of elves do tend to speak Sylvan if they're well studied, because it's kind of like, we have the fey ancestry. So it kind of, like, makes sense that we would know the language of, like, our ancestors. Sometimes. Not all the time.
Did I? Okay, my Y looks like a T. I'm sorry, everyone.
Stilvin.
Stilvin.
Okay.
We know Stilvin.
Yes.
The language of
Stilves.
Of the Tay. Of the Fet.
Okay, so our equipment. We have some equipment. We get because we're a sage. We got a lot of stuff for like learned people.
Oh.
We got a bottle of black ink.
Okay.
We get a quill. We get a small knife. And then my favorite part of this, a letter from a dead colleague posing a question you have not yet been able to answer.
That sounds like backstory juice.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's so fun. It's so fun. Yeah, every background has something that's like not like maybe as like dark as that, but like kind of like has a thing that you get to play with as in your equipment. That's like, ooh, how will this fit into my backstory? Like, what is it? Like, I'm looking at Outlander, you get to pick a trophy from an animal you killed. So you can, like, kind of be like, what kind of animal was it? Was it like this? What kind of trophy is it? You know? You get to play with it. So we'll play with that later. Common clothes. We're not naked. And we get 10 gold pieces.
Okay.
Yes.
I would have thought that the alternative to not having common clothes would mean that we have other kinds of clothes. I didn't think the alternative was not having any clothes at all, period.
Well, every background will tell you what kind of clothes you have. So it's...
How much money?
So, 10 gold pieces, which is on the lower end of backgrounds. But typically backgrounds you get either 5, 10, 15, maybe
or if you're
20.
a urban bounty hunter, you get 20.
Yeah, I think there's one if you're noble, you get 25. So if having a lot of gold to start out with is important to you, be a nobleman. They're fun too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or just be an adventurer and go to that tavern that has the bulletin board for rewards of things.
Yes. Get some 500 gold piece reward adventures. I think the party we guested in yesterday, just were writing down their loot from the previous game, and it was like 500 gold pieces, 1,800 silver pieces, and like I was like, oh, okay, cool, we got like level 3, getting some good loot, like damn. Okay.
Yep, that happened.
It did. Mia was writing it.
Okay.
I appreciated her notes also. I'm a big note taker. She had some good clipboard and everything. It was making me, I was like, man, I didn't bring anything to write notes on. Okay, we also have a specialty that we will roll for. This includes things like alchemist, wizard's apprentice, scribe, librarian. Okay. So roll a d8, and we will see what our specialty is as a scribe.
6.
We are a researcher.
Ooh. Surprise, surprise.
Surprise, surprise. Wow, it was called on. So yeah, we're researching something.
Listen.
That's all.
Listen. We're kind of building a story here, like the world story a little bit as we're making all of these characters. Researchers go to libraries. That's all I'm going to say. There's a library of significance in our world.
Claire, it would have been really fun if we rolled for librarian. Because that's an option on here.
That would have been really fun.
But we didn't. So we'll ignore that. Maybe in the future we will roll a librarian.
Maybe we will. Would be cool.
And they work in the hidden library. Maybe they're like...
You know?
Okay. We get a feature. Our feature is researcher. Whoa. Okay. So...
Wait, that's our feature and our specialty?
Yeah.
Oh, great. Sick. Nice.
Yeah. So our specialty is researcher, and then the feature that every sage gets is researcher. So this isn't specific to our background.
We are a researcher who is a researcher.
Yes. Obviously.
Outstanding. Well, it's not always obvious, is it? Read the thing. I'm making eye contact with my friends. Read the thing. Read the thing.
Okay, I'm reading it. So when you attempt to learn or recall some sort of lore, if you don't know the information, you know where, and you can know where to obtain it. It usually comes from a library, scriptorium, university, another, like, learned person or sage. And your DM will tell you, like, you can say, hey, like, do I know this lore? They'll tell you maybe where you can go find it, and then you could probably do rolls to see.
This is a very good thing to have and use if you're playing a campaign that requires you to recall a lot of information about characters. I feel like some of the campaigns we've played, it's like we're just kind of doodling around.
Yeah, and Curse of Strahd probably isn't one where we would need to go researching.
It would be maybe less important.
But I think maybe the one I'm doing right now, which is Icewind Dale, the Rime of the Frost Maiden, that one is a little more survival heavy, but I feel like it's also there's some more researching that we have to do.
Greater world questing.
Compared to what Curse of Strahd was.
Right.
Where that was just like, talk to the people. But your DM can also rule that the knowledge you're looking for can be in an almost inaccessible place, or if it maybe cannot be found.
Can't be found, like it's in an ancient library hidden under the ground somewhere.
It does say, unearthing the deepest secrets of the multiverse can require an adventure or even a whole campaign.
Ooh. Interesting. Food for thought. A campaign. Looking for a library book.
Yes. Yep. Okay, so now we are on to one of my favorite parts. They're all my favorite parts in this part. Where they're from books. But it is personality traits, ideals, bonds, and flaws. We are rolling for it. We have suggested characteristics. What are you making that face?
You just talk so fast.
Oh.
So I think it's because, you know what's really, hold on. Okay. You know what's really fun is that we're both very excited.
Yes.
And I think McKaylee's excitement is singing.
Yes.
Singing the words.
Yes.
Like we're in a musical.
Yes.
But both of our excitement is to laugh and like go like this. But we were doing it reverse. It's very exciting to be in the same place.
It is. Because now we can talk at the same time sometimes, and it's like really, we haven't done that on stream yet, I don't think. But we did it when we were out, and some lady when we made the same noise at the same time.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And she was like, what are you laughing at? We were like, well. It's just the same intonation, the same length.
Maybe it'll happen.
Okay, so this part is
the
optional.
Suggested characteristics.
They're suggested.
Yeah, so it's if you are looking at your character and you're like, I don't really have an idea here yet. Sometimes it's nice to either pick or look at the characteristics because the background is what you were doing before you became an adventurer. Mm-hmm. So we were a sage and researching a lot, and something, like, I feel like that's a lot of the character's, like, life.
Yeah.
Before deciding to adventure or needing to learn a new skill to go out and do something.
Probably.
So it's like it helps to narrow it if you're like, I'm here playing D&D and I need some things to think about.
Definitely with what I like to do sometimes which actually we did with our characters from yesterday, Estrella and Aster. Yeah. Was we kind of talked about what our backstory was, then picked a background that fit it, and then from there we looked at the like personality traits, ideals, bonds, and flaws that were the suggested characteristics and said, okay, I can't really find one in the ideals that fits, like, from the background that I'm picking. I'm going to go look at, like, the sailor background, and, like, for example. And maybe an ideal there will, like, stick out to me.
Yeah. Or I'm going to make my own.
Yeah. So that's also, I did make one of my own.
Yeah.
So these are just, like, jumping off points, which is, But we like to do it because we're rolling, and we want this to randomly be generated.
D&D. So. With the dice.
Roll a D8, please.
Nice. An 8.
An 8 is, I'm convinced that people are always trying to steal my secrets.
What are our secrets?
I don't know. It's definitely related to our studies. Probably. Whatever our research is focused on. Maybe it's also related to what the question is that our dead colleague posed. And maybe surrounding the circumstances of our colleague's death. Food for thought. Tasty. People are gonna steal my secrets. Mm-hmm. Ah!
Yep.
Okay. Next one is our ideals. So this will give us part of our alignment, which will be fun. So, if you could roll a d6, and we will see what our ideal is and what half of our alignment is.
4.
A 4. Oh, I like it. No limits. Nothing should... So that's our ideal is no limits. Okay. Nothing should fetter the infinite possibility inherent in all existence. That makes us a chaotic alignment.
Woo!
Which, if you'll remember, when we were doing I was going through the elf alignment stuff, chaotic was what they said elves tend to lean towards. So that kind of does fit with the suggested alignment.
If we care about
that. But, sometimes it's called fun.
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay, next one is bond.
Bond.
That is also a d6.
Why don't you roll it?
Okay, what d6 should I use? So I picked out dice for today, dice sets, and then I rolled them through my system, and some went to jail. One that didn't go to jail was from a set that me and Claire, we both got, and so did our friend, Leanne. We all got 2 sets that are learning dice for kids from Target.
They were $1.
So the dice themselves are very tiny and different colors. Oh my gosh, we both picked up yellow ones!
They're not. Mine's a 20.
Mine's a 4.
But they're yellow.
But they're both yellow. Yeah, so they were all different colors.
Yeah.
But
the D6 is, it has equations on it.
Yeah, so you're supposed to use it for learning
Or not
math.
Equations, it has signs. It has
different
signs
math
on
signs.
So we've decided what they mean. Which is...
I'm gonna roll it. Oh, it's so tiny in my hand. It's a 1. Oh boy, we gotta... Okay, we'll do the alignment after. I just remembered that.
Oh, yeah.
It is my duty to protect my students.
We have students?
We have students!
Oh, man. Oh, boy.
We're a teacher. We have so many friends who are teachers. It's so wild. Wild world we live in of adulthood. And here we are. Playing Dungeons and Dragons.
We did the thing.
It was great. Next is the flaw. I'm gonna roll my sparkle. Yeah. This is my sparkly pink dice. It is a 4. So our flaw is I overlook obvious solutions in favor of complicated ones. So we like to take the hard road.
Ooh.
The road less traveled by. Good poem. It's a poem. Yes. Yes. So we're very one track, maybe I think this means more
this is like we're looking
looking for the end goal.
This is like we're looking at a door and we're just like,
how do we unlock it?
Is that lock a dwarven made? Mm-hmm. If it's dwarven made, that means it must be locked with 2 mechanisms instead of 1.
And look there's some dents right here in the door. Do you think there was? I think this was a dagger that was stabbed into it. Maybe that has something to do with how we're supposed to
open the.
It's a puzzle.
Yeah, it's a puzzle.
But actually,
then you just open the door. Yeah. Yeah. Somebody walks by and says, "Oh,
it's not
this
locked.
door."
Wow.
That was a terrible door.
Oh, it was a door sign. It was your door.
I was opening a door.
Come on,
it wasn't even locked.
It wasn't even locked.
No.
Jeez. Holy shit, man.
Anyway.
Okay,
that's our flaw.
And that's all for our ideals, bonds, and flaws. But we need to roll for our second half of our alignment.
Yes.
Which is currently chaotic something. We're going to find out if we are good, neutral, or evil.
3. D6.
We are neutral.
Chaotic neutral.
Yes. I had to think.
We've rolled so many evil characters lately. Last week with Mia, we rolled an evil character.
What was it with Mark?
Now I'm on the spot.
I know.
Mark, what did we roll?
Mark rolled, it was a red tiefling.
It was.
I already did the art for it. It's very
It was our Anakin Skywalker.
Yes.
D&D Anakin Skywalker.
Which, their name was, Jeddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeddy. Jedediah?
Claire's pissed.
Jedidiah? I'm not pissed. I'm impressed.
Damn. Damn. What are we going to do oh, God. Wait, we have talked about what we're going to do.
We have talked about this.
I haven't pulled up. So, this is actually the part that we're about to do.
Oh, really?
Is we're going to roll for our pronouns and our first letter of our name.
Oh, we actually have a new...
Yes.
I was going to ask. A new listing for pronouns, because before, why don't you explain that, McKinley?
Before we were doing just male, female, non-binary, so he, him, she, her, they, them.
Yeah.
But we decided with the world that we live in, and
well,
and not that. There's so many.
It's also non-binary isn't like a third option. It's like
we didn't want to make it feel like it's a box.
Yeah, it felt like it was the third option, which is not what we intend for it to be. So we just have we wanted to add some more options. So like
she, they,
he, they, or just any.
Yeah.
So we're rolling on a D6.
Yes.
So let's see what our lovely chaotic neutral.
I have to show them off. It's like caramel colored. It's very pretty. A 3.
All right.
A 3. Now Claire's looking at the chart. I don't have the chart this time. Oh my god.
3 is they, them.
Nice.
Spicy.
Wonderful. Okay. Now we gotta roll for the first letter of our name. So this is the part that I was gonna say is different from what we normally we have you guys pick the name for us.
Yeah.
Because that's
because the decision thing is, not ours.
Not our thing. No. But today, we don't have you guys in our lifetime. We have yours in future Claire's lifetime.
I think my lifetime is all the same.
Live time. Not life.
Live?
Like we're live. Like our live time.
I hate time
with
travel.
V.
Our present is not the current present.
It's not the present that you guys can give us names.
Anyway. We're still going to roll for the first letter of our name. We're just going to...
I have babynames.com and also fantasy name generator. So I might use fantasy name generator, though that might be complicated because we're doing the first letter of the name and I can't narrow it down to the letter names. But I can narrow it down to Elvish names.
Talking so fast. I caught all of it.
I'm panicking.
It's okay. Let's roll. Let's go step by step.
Step by step. Roll.
What do I roll?
A D100. I was like, my brain left me. I don't remember.
I think I do have the brain cell. I just want to make sure.
I really
agree. I don't know how to give it to you, but
it's not. We can't do conscious transfer.
I need to play a cleric.
You really do. That was really good.
I need to play a cleric.
Also, your connection.
Yep. It's
It's connected to my phone.
3.
It's fun. A.
So, I think similar to how we do it normally, we're going to be back at the break with some options for this.
Okay.
I
like it.
Yeah. Thought it would be a good idea.
Cool. Which we're almost there. So hold on to your seats.
Because they're going somewhere if you don't.
Yep, they're going wild.
Just like your refrigerator.
It's got its tennis shoes on. It's ready to go.
Well, yours is running, so.
Oh, yeah. It already went down the block and back. It's still going, though. Just in place.
Yeah.
Anddragons! Follow us on social media for more content like this.
We're on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Good. And YouTube.
Okay, next thing.
Yes.
So.
Oh, you can follow us here too. But that's...
Also, yeah, follow us on Twitch.
We also have a Twitch.
If you're not watching on Twitch, you're probably watching on YouTube.
No, we have Twitch. If you're here on Twitch, we have Twitch.
If you're here on YouTube, we have YouTube.
Anyway.
Maybe we should have said the other way. If you're here on Twitch, we have YouTube, and if you're here on YouTube, we have Twitch.
Oh, I intended to be confusing.
Oh, good.
But to clarify.
They're all in our About page if you're on Twitch.
Yeah. Oh, no. We're losing track. We're losing our minds.
Okay, so, what we're going to do next is we're going to get prepared to start doing our stats, our ability scores. So, to do that, for ability scores, you typically, in your class, get 2 of them that you have proficiency in. You have them as your saving throws. Mm-hmm. So we're going to get our class so we know which ones we have saving throws in, because those are the ones that we typically want to be the highest. So, let's roll a d20 so we can see what our class is going to be. We're not going to build it out till after the break, but we're going to find out what our class is right now.
That was a weird roll.
It was very weird.
13.
13 is a wizard.
Oh my god.
I'm so scared.
Have we ever made a wizard?
No, we haven't. This is our first wizard. I mean, I've personally built like 3 wizards.
Of course you have.
But they scare me, and I don't think I'll ever play them. I just wanted the experience of being able to build different wizards, you know?
I think wizards can be cool.
Oh, I love, like, Caleb Widowgast. Wonderful wizard.
Yeah.
Who else is a wizard from any media we watch? I don't know. There's some good wizards out there. I've never personally played with a wizard, but, like, I can see the value of the class.
Yeah.
I DM'd a wizard in a one-shot.
Wild.
Mark
and wizards are the people with magic that studied it to get it.
So they have to go through years of studying to be able to do magic. In the most simplest
terms, if you were to go to school, like you did, probably, for regular school stuff, but instead it was for wizard stuff, then you'd be a wizard.
In opposition, a sorcerer is born with magic power, a cleric gets it from their god or deity, and a warlock gets it from an evil patron.
Just to name a few.
Yes.
Yeah.
Druid gets it from the land. But a wizard has to put the fucking work in, man.
Yeah.
They gotta put in the long hours and study the books every goddamn day.
Yeah.
It's a lot, man.
Well, we all did that for years in school if we went to school.
Not all of us did it well.
Well, maybe you wouldn't be a wizard in real life then, McKaylee.
I know, I definitely wouldn't. I know that for a fact. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I actually did, though, fun fact, during the beginning of quarantine. I did a lot of things at the beginning of quarantine. Because we had that extra week of spring break. And I was bored. In the house bored. Bored in the house bored. And so in addition to learning Dwarvish and how to throw knives, I also learned, I found a website that did Harry Potter classes. So you could do a history of magic and divination and all those kinds of things. And I kept up with it for a little bit. I took notes. I did the quizzes. I wrote essays. And then I was like, I can't do it.
Yeah, McKaylee also said, hey, Claire, do this too. I signed up, but okay.
It was fun. It was fun. I did enjoy it a lot, and I can't remember what the website is, but I would recommend looking up wizard classes online. They're fun, and they're actually taught by like real people who are like fans of Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And just kind of put all the lore together to create the classes. It's so cool. Sure. It's so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, but as a wizard, we get our saving throws in intelligence and wisdom. So those are going to be the 2 stats that we want the highest. Intelligence should be the highest, though, because that is the one that we use as our spellcasting modifier. Because we already studied spellcaster.
Certainly.
Yeah. So, ready for the complicated parts?
What do you mean?
We're going to do the stats now.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
Yep.
Me, but forgetting about the stats.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you want to explain the different ways to get the numbers? Which we did not this weekend.
We don't have, there's generally three like official ways, and then I've heard of a couple more ways that you can roll for your stats, which are,
your DM will tell you which way you should do it. And
the thing that we're referring to are these yellow bubbles. They have the ability scores, and then beneath each one, right here. Yeah. Beneath each one is a list of skills that's associated with that ability score. So we're going to fill those out now. And the way we're going to do it is the one that has to do with dice, which means we're going to roll 4d6.
Woo!
And then we will take the lowest and we'll knock it out because
it'll go away.
It'll go away.
And we'll add them all together, and I'm going to write. I have a pencil ready to write them down.
And this is also, you do this for each ability score. Like, not each ability, you do it six times.
6 times. And then what we're going to do, we're going to place them. Sometimes people make you roll, like, down the line, and so your first roll is for strength, your second roll is for dexterity, and so on and so forth. But we're going to pick where we want them to go.
Also, something that Mark said on their episode is that if it's below...
the total.
If the total is below 73, I think, then you can re-roll.
Yeah.
Because the reason I say that is because the first one is a hot 7.
Woo! Your average is a 10. Your average shopkeeper has a 10 straight across. That's what we are aiming to be higher than. It's okay if we're lower than. But, okay.
9.
Okay. But it's not great because that means that we're going to be bad at it. Okay.
That's better.
Better.
14.
Lit! Oh my gosh.
I don't remember which... Well, it was... Oh, no. Oh, no.
That's an 8. 8.
If this is all lower than 73, McKaylee will roll because my dice are uncertain about these new ones.
It's okay, we'll figure it out. I only had 3d6 make it through. Because I didn't use all my sets. I picked
13?
Specific color code. I wrote it down, yes.
Oh, okay.
I did the math. Sorry, I said it, and then I think you were talking about something.
Oh, okay.
That's good. 13.
So many ones happening.
Yep. You're...
Any more?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're good.
Okay.
We're good. So we have a 7, a 9, a 14, an 8, and 2 13s. So yeah, let's add it up and see if it's over. 7, 9, 14, 8, 13, 13.
64.
I will... Let's try again!
Do you want one of my dice?
Yes, let me pick which one fits.
Okay.
Okay, so the 3 dice I have are tiny dice, caramel, and sparkly. The
I also have this one.
Oh. That would be kind of funny.
To roll with the small dice.
To roll it with the small dice. Okay. Here, do you want this? And you can write down now?
Okay.
Okay, so I just write them down next to
I got you.
in the row. So
I'm smart.
Okay. I believe you. Okay, that's going to be 14.
Off to a good start. Twice as better. Twice as good.
That's a 6. Okay. 12. 15.
Yep, you know.
6.
Not everything can be good.
Let's see. 16.
Oh, but it can be really good, too.
That balances out well.
Yeah.
13.
Okay.
11.
That's it.
Haha.
Yeah.
That's a good spread. That's a good spread.
Very good.
Because we still have... It's always fun to have one that is below 10.
Yeah.
In
6.
Both of our opinions. A 6 is very low.
Yay!
Fun fact, Grog Strongjaw has an intelligence of 6, which we cannot do that. Because we need intelligence to be our highest.
We could, but it would be pretty
bad. Okay, so should I just, we're done with this? We're not doing this.
Just put a line through everything.
No, Claire, I gotta individually scratch them all out because that's what I did before. There was a reason for it, and you'll see in a second. Okay, so our numbers are 14, 15, 6, 16, 13, 11.
All right.
Our highest should obviously go to intelligence, but I'm thinking we should put the 15 there because we have a +1 in intelligence.
Then it'll be a 16.
And then we can put the other 16 in wisdom. So then both of those will be 16.
Good.
Okay. See, and so this is, I crossed them out individually.
Okay.
Okay. So what's left? 14, 6, 13, 11. And we have a +2 to dexterity, so we should make dexterity pretty high, I think, compared to dexterity and strength. You want one of those to be good, at least, no matter what. But not like, you would want them to be at least a 10. And then the other one,
you might want them to be at least a 10.
Yeah.
Just because your initiative would be really low.
Yeah. No, but I'm saying, like, you can make dexterity your negative, and you can make strength, like, really good, or you can flip-flop. But it's not great always to have both of them as a negative.
Oh, that's
if you, yeah, you want at least one of, like, of the two.
It would be nice to have at least one of them be
a good number.
Positive.
Yeah. Like,
positive number.
Having a negative dexterity is very fun.
It is fun.
I will say. So, okay. But where do we want our dump stat to be? Which our dump stat is the lowest.
The stat we care
our
least
sixth.
about.
The stat that we're okay sucking at.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking either strength or charisma.
We have students.
So strength.
Yeah.
We're just a little weak teacher. We don't do a lot of the heavy lifting. We teach magic.
What's the thing about if you have a certain, like, if you there's certain things that can lower your ability scores, like spells and stuff and magical items or abilities from other creatures that can lower your ability score? Is it if you have 0 strength, you just
if you have 0 constitution, you just die. You're dead.
Right.
If you have 0 strength, you can't hold your body up.
Right. Or do we want to
I think it's fun.
Okay.
Vexalia, also from Critical Role, had a 7 strength actually.
Love that.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why she was a ranger. She did all of dexterity.
Where are the things?
Okay, so things left are 14, 13, and 11.
Okay.
We should put one of our odd ones in dex. Or I guess that doesn't matter. Dex is +2. Do we want super constitution? Or what do we want our next highest to be? I guess?
Wizards are pretty squishy, right?
Oh yeah. We should put highest in constitution then. We should put a 14 so that we can get more.
Let's see if we can be a less squishy wizard.
Less squishy wizard. Because this is this is where we get a D6. We get a D6 for our hit points, our hit dice. So it's a different one than we've rolled in all 11 episodes.
Not all 11 episodes.
Fuck! When Mark was there.
Yep.
Because what were you?
It's okay, McKaylee.
What were you guys?
My brain's empty right now.
Jaddy? Was a tiefling. Who had a staff? He had a rod. I drew it. What was he? He also had 2 daggers. He was a magic caster of some kind. This is gonna kill me. Ha! Yeah. Yes, which is also a D6. Okay.
Yes.
Cool. We haven't done a barbarian or a fighter.
No.
Okay. Okay, so 14 in there. And then we have a 13 and 11. So. 13 and 11. Whatever goes in dexterity gets a +2.
Maybe the 11 in charisma? Or do we want to be a good teacher?
I think we can be a good teacher without being, like, super charismatic.
That's true.
Yeah.
Maybe we're very wise, so.
Yeah. So we're 11 charisma, 13 dex. And then that'll give us 15.
So I'm just going to fix these.
Nice.
This is going to be a 15.
I love it. Cool. Should I just tell you what the modifiers are back side to side?
Let's go over how to do one of them.
Just do 14.
Okay, so this is the part I always say this, but I'll say it again. This is the part that was the most confusing to me because no one explained it. They just told me what the numbers were.
Just did it.
And I never understood it. So, like McKaylee was saying earlier, a average, like the average commoner, like just regular person, might have a 10 in something, and that just means you're just zero average. That's the base. So the way we calculate our modifiers for all of these is we subtract the average, which is 10. So we're going to take 14 and subtract 10. And then the next thing we do is we divide it by 2.
Yes.
So that means that our Constitution modifier is +2.
Which is very good compared to a 0.
Yeah, and so that's easy for the even numbers.
For the odd numbers, you round down 1.
Yeah, so our dexterity is a 14, so that's the same, +2. Intelligence and wisdom are 16, which means that they're 1 higher than the 14 because we go by 2s. So that those are both +3. The 11 is a 10, which is 0, as we said. And our negative baby is...
So we go 6 minus 10 is -4. And then divide that by 2. And it's a negative number. So it's a -2. So anytime we roll for athletics or strength checks or to use a weapon that uses strength, we have to subtract 2 from whatever we roll.
Yes.
So
it's a great time.
Yes.
At the OK Corral.
Ooh. Fun times at the El Casino.
All right.
Well, I think we've hit a good stopping point.
A good break point.
Break point. Let's go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Do some break stuff.
About 10 minutes.
And we'll...
10-minute break.
Yes. We'll be back.
Yeah.
Have fun, guys.
Have fun. Listen to those beepity beeps.
Beepity beeps, beep.
And have a nice break. See you soon.
Bye. I just hit your shoulder. Hello. All excited.
You just hit my shoulder.
I'm allowed to touch you.
That sounded weird. I think it's the fact that we're in the same place.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I can physically, that's what I mean. I can physically touch it.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a screen.
There is a screen.
But I can look at you without it.
I feel like we've got some, like, Twilight Zone vibes today. Like, all of the pauses that we're taking today.
We're, like, make you think. Take the moment to consider the words we just said. I love it. I love it.
Welcome to our Dungeons and Dragons character creation stream.
Jeez.
In the first half, we made some stuff, which is on the screen right now.
Wow.
Something I actually do normally, but I didn't do today because I feel
We're in chaos times.
I feel unhinged as per usual. Is we take the stuff that we've done. Some behind the scenes today. We copy it. Just like that. We go to the new cheat.
The new cheat.
The new cheat.
It's there. It came. Nice. That really took a long second.
It really took a long second. And then we paste it. Did that take the magic away of it being there normally?
I don't think so.
No, it didn't. Because we're transparent here on anddragons.
We are transparent. We're ghosts.
Yes, we are.
Semi-corporal beings.
Yep, we certainly... I'm not going to disagree.
Thanks.
But
no
yeah.
one can test it, man.
So we went over we rolled for our race and our background and our class, but we didn't get into the class, which is what we're going to do right now. But before we do that, as we've stated earlier in this episode, this one is, it's a pre-recorded episode because...
We're in the past.
We're in the past. It's pretty weird here.
It's Monday.
It's pretty normal. Is it Monday? Who knows? We're in the past. Could be any day.
Now I have the day wrong.
Regardless of what day it is.
It's not Tuesday, at least.
It's not Tuesday, which would be the present. Or the past if you're watching this later on YouTube.
It's true. But this could be like 10, maybe someone's watching this in like 2031.
Yeah.
Hi.
How's the weather?
How is it? What are we up to? Do we look great still? Are we still doing this?
Listen.
We better be. 10 years from now, Claire, we better still be doing this fucking podcast.
I really do want to know how the weather is, though. Because it's pretty chaotic right now.
Actually, I don't think it's raining. I forgot to check that.
No, I mean, like, I'm talking about climate change.
Oh, climate change is fucking chaos, right?
It's very chaos.
Jesus Christ, man.
It's really hot in Portland and really average temperatures in Austin, and that's bizarre. Anyway, though.
Claire's currently looking to move. This is why she knows the temperatures in Portland.
That's not why I know the temperatures in Portland.
It's like, why do you know the temperatures in Portland?
It's because it's record-breaking.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like, things are melting. People are getting overheated because similar...
current events.
I'm going to stop this because this is in our Twitch rules is not to talk about the outside world because...
And we're in fantasy world.
We're in fantasy world.
Fantasy world.
So, I'll stop.
We can talk about it later.
I broke our own rules.
God damn it, Claire. This is the one time of the week
that we
don't talk about the real world, okay?
You're right. You're right. Anyway, back to the fantasy world. So, we normally have you guys in chat, in the comments, let us know what our character should be named, because we don't like to make decisions, and the name...
That was what this was about. Holy
is
shit.
the only thing...
We went on a tangent, man.
We went on a road trip. It's fine. Because the tangent was a road trip. Now we're back.
Great. We made it full circle.
Is
it? No, it wasn't. Continue.
Because this is not live, super live, we can't. We could, but we wouldn't be able to. We wouldn't.
It is live for Future Claire. Say hi in the chat, Future Claire. Okay, everybody. If she doesn't say hi in the chat in the next 2 minutes, berate her. I'm just kidding.
Are you okay, Claire? Are you okay? Good. Just want to make sure. Moving on.
Because we're not in that present.
Because we're not in the present. We just clicked on some random
baby names,
fantasy names, different random stuff. But we have 20 names here.
That all start with A.
McKaylee, why don't you read them?
The names are... Oh, fuck. They're all fantasy names, most of them. Air. It has a Y. And an E at the end. Alice. Elias. Woo!
You did this on purpose.
I did, and I was trying to say it right. I wanted to make sure, because you wrote those ones.
I don't know if I'm saying these right. However, I'll try. And
I was trying.
Just be confident about
I'm
it.
not. I have no confidence.
Elias. Elayon. Aaron. Axel. Addison. Errol. Elia. Amir. Anlith. Ashton. Adriel. Elri. Atlas. Alred.
Well, Elri and then Alice.
Sorry, yeah.
You made it sound like it was one name.
That's not one name. Elri.
Atlas.
Alred.
Yes.
Abel. You want to say this one, I think. It's spelled A-L-A-N.
Now I don't remember how to say it, how I said it.
Kaylee said it was Alon.
Alon.
Is it Alon?
It's Alon.
Okay.
It's fantasy.
Alina, Alman, and Awen.
Woo!
So, we're going to roll D20.
Yes, we got 20 specifically so we could roll for it. So we still don't have to make choices. We just had to go down the list and be like, interesting.
Well, I didn't even say interesting. I just said, oh, a name.
Well, yeah, you were on a different generator than I was.
Oh, that's true.
Excuse me. That was very unladylike.
19.
19 is Aelmon. I just spit on my book. Ignore that. Aelmon is the name.
Aelmon.
The
teacher.
And then I'll get rid of it. Aelmon, the researcher, teacher, wizard. Who we're going to figure out why they're all these things.
Right now.
Well, first we got to figure out what their wizards.
In a little while.
That's what I was going to say. Coming up.
On anddragons.
This summer.
This Tuesday.
On anddragons. Get ready for the ride of your life. Okay.
Yep.
Yay. Let's start out with our wizard stuff.
Wizard stuff? Tell me about wizard stuff.
So wizard stuff, first off, the picture looks like this little old man with a staff.
Beautiful.
I wanted to share that. I like this picture because he always looks like he knows something. You don't know. Look at that.
Yeah, he's giving... They're giving a side eye.
Yeah. There's like a...
This like mystery.
Looking you up and down and they know all your secrets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They've got that going on. It's a good picture.
Yep.
I admire. Okay. That was beyond the point. Let's do proficiencies and then we can do... Actually... We'll do the sunflowers.
Yes.
Ooh. So, starting with armor class.
Squishy.
We get no armor.
Yep.
Which means our AC is a 10 plus our dexterity.
Yeah, it's 12.
It's 12. 10 plus dexterity. So that's why it's good that we have dexterity, because otherwise it would be a 10. Or, even worse, it could be an 8. That would suck, wouldn't it? I'm a little
Wouldn't it suck, children?
What do you think about that? Give us your answers.
Find the flower. I'm so sorry. I feel like we have to apologize. This is
Chaos episode. Chaos Kitchen. Oh my god.
We're not in a kitchen.
I know, but do you remember Chaos Kitchen, Claire?
Oh, yeah.
We cooked together 2 meals at once in somebody else's kitchen while they were asleep. Mm-hmm. We did not know where anything was.
Nope.
It was chaos.
Yeah.
Chaos Kitchen.
Just imagine this energy.
But trying to
cook 2 meals simultaneously that both have
recipes,
raw meat with them, and maybe
lots of vegetables.
Maybe 2 less pans than
needed. I think maybe
no
3 less pans.
No concept of a timer,
or where the towels were, or how to turn the oven on, or if it was even on when we did turn the dial.
This is neither here nor there in this situation.
Just wanted to let you know, outside of this streaming,
we are
very
always
chaos. Mm-hmm. That's just the energy we bring together.
Yep.
So that's our AC. So our initiative is our dexterity modifier. It's going to be +2. So whenever we go into combat situations, we'll roll our d20 and we will add 2. And that's our order in the combat.
And that's it.
Yes. I rolled a natural 1 for the first combat yesterday in our guest. It was horrible. And then I rolled a 19 immediately after for my next initiative. That was wonderful.
Amazing.
I enjoyed that a lot.
And next up we have our hit points.
Our hit points. So we're not gonna have a lot. We have a D6.
So when you make your class, you are given a certain type of hit dice. Mm-hmm. So that's what you roll as you level up. And generally it's a D8 for most classes. There are some that are lower, some that are higher. Wizards are squishy. And by squishy we mean they have less hit points because their hit dice is a D6. So we're making a 3rd level character, which I don't think we've said this time.
No, we haven't. Yeah.
But the reason is because generally by 3rd level, your
everybody
class has a subclass, so it gives a little more flavor into why you're adventuring, and we think it's fun and cool and stuff. So we're making a 3rd level character.
Yes.
So
which actually some dungeon masters, storytellers, will have campaigns start at level 3. It is one that people do like to start at. Like level 1 and level 2 are generally for new players. So if you're a brand new player, consider starting at those levels. But we're making level 3 because we want to combine in why we chose what subclass into our backstory.
And it's more stuff to do, so that's fun too. But yeah, so for the 1st level, you get the max amount on your hit die, so we get 6, and then for every level that we increase, we add our Constitution modifier. Mm-hmm. So for 1st level, we have 8 hit points.
Woo! At 2nd level, we will roll our d6 and add that.
Me? Yeah, because my d6s don't love me that much because there's some new dice in the sets. They're not
Which one
all
should
friends.
I roll? I'm gonna do sparkly, pink sparkly.
Okay.
3.
All right.
That's not great.
So 3 plus 2 for our Constitution. So it's 5. So then that's...
So at level 2, we have 13 hit points. 6! That's a max on the die.
So that's 8. So we actually have we've
21.
21.
We breached 20. It's very rare to get good.
We're still kind of squishy though, but
yeah,
pretty good
compared to other. I think didn't you guys like last week or the week before you rolled like under 20 for hit points? I remember I popped on stream for like half a second and I was like,
that was with Jetty. Yeah.
Oh boy. Sorcerer. Yeah. That also uses a D6.
Our next friend though had much more.
Monk. So D8.
Can't remember how much more. All I know is that Mia's dice our guest from last week, Mia's Dice, love her so much. And that's all I have to say about that.
Okay. Yeah. She did roll really well yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was one of the people we played with.
Yep.
We guested in their campaign.
Transparency.
Yeah.
So wizards.
Yes, okay. That is our hit points. We got all the sunflowers. Mm-hmm. So, we're going to go into proficiencies. Armor. None. We can't wear any armor and gain proficiency bonuses from it. Yay!
We're squishy.
We're squishy, so we don't do armor. There is such, like, spells such as mage armor or, like, other stuff, like magic items you can get, like a ring of resistance that will help you increase your AC magically.
Or a ring of protection.
That's what it was, okay.
Yeah, ring of resistance would be resistance to a certain type of damage.
Oh, that would have damage.
Yeah.
Ring of protection gives you +1 AC. That was the gift that we helped the party get yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to that crew.
Tell me more.
We have proficiency in weapons such as daggers, darts, slings, quarterstaffs, and light crossbows. Yeah.
And then we do get more from our...
Yes. So our race also gave us short sword, long sword, short bow, long bow. So we have that in addition to what we now have with our wizard. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty fun. Which, yeah, I guess if we were any other race, we wouldn't have those proficiencies. So that's kind of fun, nifty, cool. We already put our saving throws as intelligence and wisdom. Once you get that, I need you actually to go back to that page.
Oh, really?
So I can look at what skill proficiencies we have already, and I can take them out of what we're gonna roll for. So the ones that they give us as a wizard that we can choose two from are Arcana, History, Insight, Investigation, Medicine, and Religion. But we already have Arcana and History. So we're going to roll a d4 and see which, 2 d4s, and see which of Insight, Investigation, Medicine, and Religion we get. What'd you get?
A 3 and a 4.
Medicine and Religion.
Ooh.
Both Wisdom. Are they? Medicine? Nope. Religion. Oh, I always forget religion is intelligence.
Intelligence.
Interesting.
Which maybe...
I love that all of our proficiencies are wisdom and intelligence.
Yeah.
And that's what our...
highest is it?
Yeah, our skill saving throws.
We're a teacher. We know stuff.
Yeah. We want to protect our students.
Yes.
So we know medicine, so we can be a good teacher.
But we have secrets, so...
We have secrets. Our students are going to steal them.
Our students are going to steal them?
Oh, yeah, they are. Okay. Now, we're going to roll on our equipment. So we have 2 options for 3 different things. So we're going to roll a d4, and we'll see which... Yes, we're going to see, do we have a quarterstaff or a dagger?
1.
Quarterstaff.
All right. We have a quarterstaff?
Yes, these are what we have. So we're proficient in it. We also have it. So we carry around a quarterstaff.
Cool.
Which might be strength, actually. So that might suck. But we have it. Maybe we just use it as a walking stick.
You know, not everything has to make sense.
Nope.
I really would love us to make a character that doesn't make any sense. But so far, I don't think that's this one.
No, this one makes a lot of sense, actually. Yeah. I mean, sage, wizard.
Yeah.
Even high elf. Like, high elves are supposed to be more, like, learned. Like, they're high society is, like, what they, are, like, supposed to be based around.
Yeah. So, like,
this combination makes a lot of sense.
It does make a lot of sense.
Yeah. Maybe in the future. Okay, then... roll another d4.
Another d4?
For component pouch or arcane focus.
A 4.
An arcane focus. That's really good. A component pouch would mean that we would need something for every single spell that we do. So, like, a wire if we're gonna send message, or like a eyelash or a feather if you're gonna cast Featherfall. Like,
unless of course you want to describe all of those things.
That's true. It is kind of fun, yeah. But you do have to like replenish your pack sometimes.
Of course.
Yeah.
I feel like that's one of those things that it varies from party to party if your DM wants you to
worry about that.
Yeah, continuously like go into town to specifically buy supplies.
Yeah, like count your arrows, keep track of your rations. Like some DMs will like have you do that, and then some just won't care.
For the smaller stuff like that.
Yeah.
For some spells require things that cost a lot of money.
Like a 500 gold piece diamond.
Yeah, so for stuff like that, you'll have to get it. Regardless of if you have an arcane focus or not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then roll another d4 for what kind of pack we have. It's either a scholar or an explorer pack.
3.
A scholar's pack.
Scholars pack.
A scholar's pack. So that includes like book stuff and writing utensils and...
This makes sense, that's all I gotta say.
Let's see, what is in a scholar's pack? It's a backpack, a book of lore, a bottle of ink, an ink pen, 10 sheets of parchment, a little bag of sand, and a small knife.
We've got a lot of ink and knives.
Yeah.
So our sage background gives us that too.
Yep. It's for like, I mean, what it's meant for is, yeah, like carving the quill. Yeah. To write with.
Right.
Fancy shit. And then the sand to make it dry.
Yeah.
So fun. So fun. And then we have our last thing, a spellbook. This will lead into our first feature that we get at level 1, which is spellcasting. We cast spells using our spellbook, specifically. All of our spells are written in our spellbook. We need to have that on hand at all times. Because that's, like, this is where it gets complicated for me, and I'm always like,
again, I reiterate, McKaylee doesn't like spellcasters.
I don't. It's a lot of work. And this one is the most. If you're really into, like, picking spells and, like, the intricacies of, like, how it all works and magic and stuff, this is a great one for it, because you have a lot to, like, think about and consider, and, like, but if you're like me and you just want to hit the big monster with a stick, play a barbarian. Use your rage for good.
We're making a wizard, McKaylee.
I know. We haven't made a barbarian yet. It makes me really sad. Okay, spellcasting. First level, we have 3 cantrips of our choice from the wizard spell list. And as you go to higher levels, you get additional cantrips. At level 3, we still only have 3. But at level 4, we will get to add another cantrip. And so at first level, we have our spellbook, which will have 6 first level wizard spells of your choice. Your cantrips are fixed in your mind. So those are, like Claire was saying about level 0 spells, you like can just do them. You just know them. And that's the same is true for wizards. And like some classes have spells that you just know, but that's not the case for wizards. Wizards, it has to be written in your book, which there is a whole section on how to copy spells into your book. So you can find somewhere a scroll, which scrolls are usually, they'll have a spell on them, and it'll be a one-time use thing, like a scroll of fireball. And you can spend like an hour or two. Each level you spend, it takes 2 hours and 50 gold pieces to copy a spell into your spell book. So you can, throughout a campaign, you can continue to add spells based on what scrolls you find. So at level 3, the spells, I guess we probably still have 6 spells, depending on how many we have. So after every long rest, you can reset what wizard spells you know. So you choose a number of wizard spells from your spellbook. So you have to have the spells in your book. So you have 6 spells in your book, but then for the day, you know a number equal to your intelligence modifier plus your wizard level. So you can have accumulated throughout your travels, like a bunch of scrolls, and copied them down, and you can have like probably like a lot of spells in there.
Right. But
you can only each day know our 3 plus our level, which is 3, so we can only know 6 spells a day.
6 spells or 6 level 1 spells.
Yes.
That was an or. 6 spells or 6 level 1 spells.
Six spells? Oh yeah, 6 spells that have to be of the level which you have spell slots. Which it tells you the levels that we have spell slots at level 3 are 4 first level and 2 second level. So we can have 6 spells known total that are of first or second level.
Okay, so 4 first level and 2 second level?
Yes. Yes, I am reading this, and it gives an example, and the example they use is if your intelligence is 16. So they knew.
Okay.
So,
okay.
I had it right. 6 spells. So, we know 6 a day.
Is that what's our spell slots, though?
4 first level and 2 second level.
Oh.
Yeah. So we have, those are our slots.
Hold on. Just to really slots. Dive into some magic stuff. Because this is where it gets confusing for people who've not played a casting character.
Yeah.
So we have 4 level 1 spell slots and 2 level 2 spell slots.
That's how many spells of that level we can cast a day.
In a day. We know 6 spells.
They can be 6 first level, or they can be split up the way our spell slots are.
Right.
With 4 first level and 2 second.
So we can, every day, like in the morning, we open our spell book and we can prepare 6 of...
the ones that we know.
Of the ones that we know.
Or have written down, at least.
So we could, if we had a spell that's above second level, we could prepare it, but we couldn't cast it.
Yeah.
Which wouldn't make sense, but just
you
like...
You wouldn't want to prepare it because I would...
Well,
and it tells you you're not allowed to, also. But, like, that...
Oh, it does?
Yeah, you can't prepare a spell that you don't have a level for. Oh. It says it on here.
Well, then that's important to say.
I did say it.
No, you didn't.
I did, like, a long time ago, but it was, like, we were still confused about the 6.
I was confused about what the 6 was, because I thought that was 6
That's where it was,
slots.
I said the 6 spell slots, and you were confused, and while you were confused, I was continuing and saying that it can't be, yeah, and so it was a confusing moment that information was brought in.
And this is why we walk through everything, because when you do it by yourself, it's really confusing, and we're learning too, like, we have never played a wizard, so we don't assume to know everything about wizards.
Nope.
So we could be wrong in some times, but we're learning, and that's what we expect everyone to be learning here, and yeah.
There was a character in Fantasy High that was a wizard, a divination wizard.
Yes, there was.
What's her name? Oh, she used a crystal ball as her arcane focus.
Okay.
Sorry, I just remembered that. I was really excited. I was trying to think of, like, other characters besides Caleb Whittlegast that are spellcasters.
Eowyn.
I knew it was an A. Yeah. I was like, I can't remember what... Because our characters yesterday were just crazy A names.
They were.
So, I kept forgetting my own name. Okay, so that's how our spells are prepared and stuff. And there's... Yeah, you get to pick what your book appears like also. And if you find a better book, you can replace it. So that's kind of cool. Lit. So, for spellcasting, intelligence is our spellcasting ability. Since we learn through, like, study and books and stuff. So our DC, which is the difficulty class of what you need to reach in order to save from spells that require you to make a saving throw. That is 8 plus our proficiency bonus plus our intelligence modifier. So our proficiency bonus at level 3 is 2. That's for everybody at level 3. Plus our intelligence modifier of 3, that gives us a 13 in our DC. Our spell attack modifier is what we add to attack spells. And I was going to give an example, and then I realized that one isn't an attack spell, so that didn't matter. But yeah, it's what you add to the spells you're attacking with. And that is our proficiency bonus plus our intelligence modifier. So plus 5.
Plus 5.
Whoop, whoop. Okay. So those are our numbers. Those are our spell stuff. We have ritual casting, so we can cast a wizard spell that we have in our spell book as a ritual. So we don't need to prepare, like, if we have a spell that's not prepared, but it's in our book, and it has a ritual attack, we can just cast it. But we have to spend 10 minutes to do it.
Right. Or whatever the amount of time is that it says.
Yeah. It's typically 10 minutes for ritual casting.
Okay.
That's like the base, I think. For ritual. Some spells that like will take like an hour.
Right.
Those are like, yeah. It'll tell you how long it takes and if you can do it as a ritual.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We also have a spellcasting focus.
Cool.
So we rolled for an arcane focus. So we're gonna. There's a bug. Okay. Then we're gonna roll for that.
Okay. What do I roll?
Our focus is. So we roll a d6. And this is like typical wizard stuff, like a crystal or
3
stuff. A rod.
We have a quarterstaff that we can't use and a rod.
But a rod is we can have a rod or a staff. A staff is a staff. A rod is 2 to 3 feet long.
No, I understand. I'm saying we have a quarterstaff. We have 2 sticks.
2 sticks.
One of them we can't use. We can't use very well.
Hold on, let me double check. You continue.
We have a quarterstaff which we probably won't use. We probably can't use it very well, and we won't use it because that means we'd have to get up close and personal.
Yeah, that's true.
We're
We don't wanna
squishy,
do that.
very squishy, and we have a rod which is shorter than a staff. It's shorter than a quarterstaff, but.
I wanted to see because a quarterstaff, your damage dice is a d8,
Mm-hmm.
and so for damage we would roll a d8 and then subtract 2, because I looked it up. We do have to use strength.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled a 2, so the damage would have been 0.
Yep.
So that's a risk you take.
So
when you do
our arcane
like that.
focus is a rod.
Yeah. Which that can
Nice.
be really fancy and decorative. I looked up a lot of rods when I was doing the art for Jetty.
Cool.
Not that kind of rod though.
Why?
I don't know.
Where are you going?
To a 13-year-old boy's mind, Claire.
Terrible. Tell me more about wizards.
Okay. So, also at level 1, I'm pretty sure. Yes, we get Arcane Recovery. Not that it matters. We have all of the things up until level 3, but Arcane Recovery. So, you've learned to regain some of your magical energy by studying your spellbook. So, once per day, during a short rest, or by the end of a short rest, you can choose spell slots to recover, like ones that you've used throughout the day.
Mm-hmm.
And they have to have a combined level or lower, of less than or equal to or less than half your wizard level, rounded up. So our level is 3.
Mm-hmm.
So we would round up to 4 and divide it by 2, so we can recover 2 spell slots during a short rest. None of the slots, though, can be of 6th level or higher. So once we get into, level 20, we can't be recovering 9th level spells. That's not a thing.
We could do some.
We can do some.
Cool.
Yeah. So that's pretty fun. Then we get our Arcane Tradition. So this is just the fancy word speak for subclass.
Nice.
This
and
is
wizards get this at what level?
2nd level.
Cool.
So at 2nd level, you choose your tradition that is shaping your practice of magic. So in the player's handbook, they have your typical practices: abjuration, divination, necromancy, illusion. But there are some others from other books that I have added in, and we'll see what we get.
7.
A 7. Ooh, that one is in the player's handbook. It is the School of Illusion. Illusion. So illusion, if I'm remembering, it's like mind stuff. It makes the impossible seem real.
Did you say mime?
Mind.
Oh, mind.
It's
I was like,
illusion.
we're gonna go perform, but
We're
quiet.
mimes. Yes, we're gonna be a mime. I needed to finish the bit. I
Okay.
had to go all the way to the top. So, the School of Illusion, guys. Yes. So, the first thing you get, which I really like this part, Illusion Savant, which you get, like, for whatever your school is. The gold and time you have to spend to copy an illusion spell into your spellbook, because remember it's an hour and 2 hours and 50 gold pieces to copy a spell.
Right.
It's halved if it's an illusion spell specifically.
Oh, that's cool.
So any illusion spell, which I think like things like mirror image and like some other stuff, are either illusion or enchantment. Here's one. Mislead is an illusion spell. So that if we were to find one that is, you make an illusory double of yourself. If we were to find spells like that, like minor illusion, mirror image. These are all illusion cantrips. If we were to find a spell in a scroll, it would only take us an hour and 25 gold pieces to copy. Everything else, not.
Is that what this is?
Yes. Illusion Savant. I don't know words. The next thing we get when you choose this school, you learn the minor illusion cantrip. So we just automatically know that. What was the other? We did create Bonfire. So
yes.
So from our race we have create Bonfire. From the School of Illusion we initially know minor illusion cantrip. If you already know it, you learn a different one. Blah, blah, blah.
Sorry, what?
No, this was, if we already knew it. It was something that didn't matter to what we have going on already.
Okay.
So I said the blah blah. Sorry.
No, I just want to make sure that everyone can hear what we're saying, because if we say the down, then maybe, and like speaking slow enough so that everyone can hear us.
Gotcha.
So, illusion savant, and then we get minor illusion.
Yes. So we know the cantrip minor illusion. It doesn't count against the number of cantrips we know. So we, at 3rd level wizard, we know 3 cantrips. This one isn't factoring into that. We can know this plus 3 cantrips. And we, in addition to the way the spell regularly works, we can create both a sound and an image with the single casting. Normally you can create either a sound or an image. Now we can create them like at the same time. So we can make an image have sound. Is essentially like, we're just better at illusion.
All right.
And that's it.
That's all we get?
At 6th level, we'll get more stuff.
Oh, but is there anything at 3rd level for wizards, or just 2nd?
I don't think so. I think that was it for them.
Nice.
At the early levels, it's gonna feel like the wizard is very underpowered. But once you get to like 6th level, you're gonna realize that the wizard is like the most powerful fucking class.
Oh.
When they TPK everyone with fucking fireball. Like, wizards are powerful spellcasters. Depending on how you, like, set it up and, like, you know.
Cool.
They're, like, if you want to be a strong spellcaster, the wizard is the way to go. You'll just have to try and survive levels 1 through, like, 4.
Yes.
So.
We're moving on to my favorite part.
Your favorite part?
Yes. It is, our lovely, lovely potato, because we're moving into the backstory, the taking everything we have and making it a thing with what we are and stuff, character creation, yada yada. But our potato is a chart that we both made to help us give some direction with the backstory, and some of them are fun quirks or traits. But if you're curious, calling it the potato isn't just random.
Nope. It has meaning.
It has so much meaning, and Michaeli's going to tell you what it means.
It is personalized obscure traits about tenacious onions.
Yep. Those tenacious onions.
We're the tenacious onions.
Us
Aelmon
tenacious onions.
is the tenacious onion.
Yes.
We have layers, and so this is helping us build those layers with personalized obscure traits, so we can be a better tenacious onion.
Yep. That's exactly it. No other explanation required.
So, Claire, now that the explanation is finished...
Yep.
Would you like to roll?
Yeah.
We're gonna roll 3, maybe more, maybe less.
Well, not less.
Yeah, not less. Maybe more. Personality traits, about obscure traits. Okay, go.
73.
73, that's so high. It is likes to wear funny hats.
Oh, this kind of teacher we are.
We're this kind of teacher.
Likes to wear funny hats.
I love it. I love it. I love it. It's good.
I wonder how frequently we wear funny hats.
Maybe on, like, test days or, like,
I think we're leaning into this teacher thing. I think
we are.
We're like... We're more so
straight out of college.
We're
like
more so a professor, I feel, because we're a researcher primarily. And those research colleges, all the professors are researchers first.
That's true. That's true. They just do the teaching because they have to. It's required for their tenure.
40.
That's
not always true.
No, it's not.
But What is it?
Collects shoelaces and makes clothing out of them.
Oh, what a hobby.
What a hobby. We wear funny hats and we collect shoelaces and make our clothes out of them.
Make what? Are all of our clothes? Make clothes or our clothes?
It says...
The distinguishing...
It just says makes clothing.
Okay, makes
clothing. So we can decide what that means. So these are all, like, kind of, like, obscure. They're obscure traits because we're wanting to fit it into
It's also kind of a challenge for us because some of these make no sense.
No, they don't at all.
94.
Oh, that's a high one.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't put that one back in. 94. Uses big words, but doesn't know what they mean most of the time. I love it. Maybe they're just using words that they read out of their books that they're researching, and they're like, yeah, I totally understand what that word means, but, like, they really actually don't, and they don't realize that they don't. You know?
Are we pretentious? Is that what you're saying?
No, we're just, like, oblivious to our
How can we be oblivious
failings
when we're so wise and intelligent?
I think you can be wise and intelligent about other people, but not about yourself. And so maybe you're not catching your own faults.
We also are very absurd in the fact that we like to take the complicated route. So maybe we justify that we think we know what they mean. And...
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying, is that, like, we think we're right. Like, we're not doing it and being like, well, I'm going to try and be fancy. It's like, I'm pretty sure I know what this means.
If we're going to go a little deep, I think the fact that we like to take the more complicated route isn't because we have to. It's because we want to, like, share our information and the knowledge that we have.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we do, like, understand it and we know the simple way.
But we want to educate the people
we want to be heard and perceived.
We want to prove our knowledge.
We want some attention because we worked really hard.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if... we use big words. Maybe we don't fully understand the meaning. But I think it's because it's tied to that, like...
That want of acceptance.
Yeah.
Maybe we're trying to be accepted by our peers as well.
Let's review. So we are chaotic neutral, high elf, wizard, illusion wizard. We're also a sage. We are, so we're a high elf. We know goblin, elvish, sylvan, and abyssal, which is interesting.
Maybe.
We have a letter from a dead peer with an unanswered question. Mm-hmm. We are a researcher. And we are worried that people are going to steal our secrets. We have no limits with, like, learning.
Yeah.
We want to protect our students. And we think that the complicated explanation of things or the complicated path of doing something is better. We're good at Arcana, History, Religion, Medicine, and Perception.
Very wise, very smart.
We are... Let's see, we like to wear funny hats. We collect shoelaces and make clothing out of them.
Yes.
Using big words and don't understand the meaning. Yep. Okay. So I'm wondering, maybe, where do we teach? When do we teach? Are we teaching, have we always been teaching? Do we teach, like, a lot earlier? What?
What if we're a teacher at the cloister?
What? But the cloister's evil.
Oh, we're good. We're chaotic neutral. Okay.
Well, I mean, we could. I guess that's the thing. Not everyone is... If an institution is evil, that doesn't mean all of the teachers and the
no, it just means
people there are.
Maybe they're, like... working to, like, figure out who the evil people are. Root out the bad guy. Or maybe they just don't care. They don't notice. They're just trying to get their research done.
Yeah, like, that's their focus. I don't think we are particularly...
Yeah. We don't really have much stake in the game as far as, like, caring about...
We don't know the stake we have in the game.
Not aware of the shit.
In some previous episodes, we've rolled to cloistered scholar backgrounds.
Artificers also.
And they're also both artificers.
They're very good.
So, yeah, they're very good. The cloister is not good. The cloister captures people and...
It's not, like, capturing people. It's, like, taking children from their home.
That's kidnapping.
But, like, sometimes it was kidnapping. Sometimes the parents were like, this is a really good school and I want to give my kid away, and then they didn't realize that they weren't going to be able to see their kid forever.
I was just talking about how they're evil because they kidnap children.
Oh, well, yeah, that's another... Yeah, that's just bad.
I don't think there's probably a majority people sent there, but there are a lot of people taken to be there.
Yeah.
There's a good amount of people taken, like our Furbolg from several episodes ago, who was a literal child.
Fenmore.
Very cute.
He's 12 years old.
Yep. 12 years old.
He's very good. He's blue with purple hair. And he has a cannon named Iron that I made gold for some reason.
He does have a cannon named Iron, but so
I realized it after I did it.
Maybe we're a professor here, but we're mostly a researcher. Like, maybe we're
just so focused on our work and our study because our dead colleague gave us the letter and was like, this is important, and now it has its significance.
Do you think the colleague is like tied into the cloister, and they secretly gave us this because they know how we are about secrets? Like, we are, like, very, like...
Gotta protect him. Lock and key. No one knows.
Nobody knows.
Nobody getting D's out.
So maybe it's a friend of ours. It's a peer, a colleague.
Okay.
Who knows that we are researching something related.
Okay.
And maybe doesn't trust us, but knows that we're not gonna go tell people because we keep our secrets really well.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was like someone looking for, like, further, like, feedback on, like, the situation, and they were like, this is a person I can talk to about this without fear of it going anywhere. That's what you're saying?
It's a letter, though. It's not to talk about. It's just to ask. I think it's to just ask a question.
Yeah.
That's like related to our research.
I love it.
They trust us to ask, even if it's something that's, like, not quite in our research.
I was thinking about our research because you were reading off the languages that we have, and one of our languages is Abyssal. And so I was, like, thinking, because I was looking at the planes, and the Abyss is one of the lower planes of existence that maybe our studies could be focused on there, which is, like, the land of demons. And also it's something that we've already kind of tied into the library.
Right.
So maybe the question that's being posed is in relation to the library, and they're asking us because we already study the Abyss, and the person who's asking the question is like, oh, this library is related to the Abyss. This person might know. I don't know what the question is.
Okay.
So maybe we're studying, because part of being a sage is studying the planes of existence.
Remember? Right.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. Okay, so we study the planes.
Mm-hmm.
I can't spell.
Also, I just realized this whole character came from the player's handbook. Like, every single, like, the background, the race, the class, and the subclass.
Amazing.
Wild. Not the spells, though. We did get one spell that wasn't in the player's handbook.
Yes.
That's really funny, actually.
Yeah. But, so we studied the Planes of the Abyss.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not.
So we know about the demon lord. Maybe the library is... This is already, like, Baldur's Gate kind of thing, actually. I think I'm just thinking about that because Michael was talking about it the other day. Our friend was like, this would be a good campaign to do, Baldur's Gate. About trying to protect a gate that a demon prince is trying to go through.
Mm-hmm.
I was about to suggest that same thing, but the library. That would be too close. Too close.
We've got our own library.
We've got our own...
Doesn't need a gate. It's just hidden.
But, like,
ancient.
Why?
It's lost. Why is it lost?
No, why are people wanting to get to it so bad?
Because there's a lot of really... I think it's... There are a lot of...
It's like the Library of Exandria. Like...
It's
like
it's
that
a myth.
kind of level. Yeah.
It's like a myth, and if it existed, it means that there's a lot of important texts there. Like a lot of important restricted section type books and stuff.
Yeah.
Like a lot of powerful people would either benefit from reading them or selling them.
Yeah. Okay.
Because, we have a beholder mob trying to get there.
Ooh. Well, it's just a mob led by a beholder. It's not a mob of beholders.
It's not a mob of beholders?
No.
I thought it was a mob of beholders.
Oh, I was thinking it was just beholders don't really work in pairs.
That's why it's unusual.
Oh.
It's a mob. That's why it's weird, because they're trying to get to this library.
Okay.
And this is from when we created Elvira.
Yes.
They were taken by a mob of beholders and
they worked in the mine.
Work in the mines.
I don't know if we decided if they were taken or if I think their whole family.
We did decide what it was.
It was their whole family worked in the mines. Like they grew up in the mines, I think was like how
I think we need to review because I don't know if that's I thought they were taken.
Oh, I think, because it was a mine of just children.
Yeah.
Child labor!
Yeah. And there was an NPC type character that Elvira
fell in love with.
Yeah.
But then left behind, maybe, or maybe she's dead. They're dead? I can't remember what the gender was. The pronouns were.
Elvira's story is important, but we don't remember all of it.
It was like several weeks ago.
It was several weeks ago.
It was a long time ago.
But luckily everything's recorded so we can look at it. But yeah, so maybe, okay. Do you think the question, maybe it doesn't talk about the library.
Okay.
But maybe it's something that leads us to discover about it.
Or at least wanting to look further into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, it's something... That. Maybe we're on our... We have our research, right?
Yep.
Hold on. It takes us a long time to research stuff because it's complicated. We overcomplicate things. And so, researching... We never research a simple subject.
Okay.
Like, if we were working with other people, I think... First off, we'd be a terrible research partner because we wouldn't share any of our information.
No.
And secondly, something that might take a couple weeks would take us months probably.
Yeah.
Because we're complicating it to try to understand it better. Mm-hmm. Even if we don't understand everything, we talk like we do. Because
so
we're trying to justify why we're making it so complicated.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So maybe it's like our research into the Planes of the Abyss is like maybe we're kind of going in a specific direction with it.
Yeah.
But then this letter has something in it that makes us doubt the direction that we've decided to go in with our research.
Ooh.
And but we're so deep in our research that it's like
this is probably like several years. I mean, we're an elf. I don't know how old we are, but
it's
probably been like several like maybe a couple decades of like.
It's got to be one of those things where it's like it's like a letter that we keep in a certain box or something, and we've decided not to look into it because we decided it's too distant from our research.
But there has to be a catalyst.
But we keep looking at the box. Occasionally, like when we're frustrated with our research, we're like,
but that!
This box.
That thing over there.
Okay.
I feel like there should be a catalyst, something that happens that sets us off to go in search of this answer. Even though, like, we have been avoiding it for so long. Like, maybe something happens that maybe we start to think that maybe even, like, distantly our students might be at risk. Or, like, you know, like, because our bond is that we want to protect our students.
Right. Maybe we... Do you know where I'm going with this?
Possibly.
Is Addie or Finmar one of our students?
I think we had Addie, because Addie's a little older than Finmar. I think we had Addie as a former student. Currently, we have Finmar.
Yes.
Yeah. Finmar's the Furbolg, that's 12.
Right.
So we teach younger students, but, like...
Well, actually, I think maybe...
Or maybe we just know Finmar because we empathize with the being, like, alone because they're, like, seen as, like, weird or, like, too nerdy. And so, because that was part of Finmar's, like, backstory is that, like, no one's really friends with them and, like, keeps a distance.
Maybe that's why we like funny hats. Maybe that's what, maybe...
It makes people smile.
Maybe we're a professor of older students, but the administration of the cloister... Is that I don't know. Okay. The delegation? I don't... The people in charge.
School board.
Council. The council. I don't know.
The school council.
The head cloistered scholars. Maybe they want certain information and they took Finmar because of that book.
Finmar had the book and wouldn't part with it and was the only one who knew how to read it.
Right. So maybe the administration is like, can you
get close to him?
Get close to this student because they feel really left out, like they don't reveal the reason they actually want to get close to the student, which is to read the book.
Which is why we're like totally on board with it, because we're like, oh yeah, I want to help my students. I love my students and I want them to be good.
And we're weird.
Even though we're not teaching this
We're pretty weird. We wear funny hats and we have a hobby of making shoelace clothes, which is so bizarre. And so
we gotta figure that one out next.
No, so the administration's like, this is a weird kid.
This is a weird teacher.
This is a weird teacher. Maybe they can, like, be friends, sort of, or, like,
and then
they can counsel them.
And then Fen will start to trust the administration more.
But the administration is poorly mistaken because we don't tell our secrets. Are you an evil mastermind? Are you the administration?
I am the administration.
Okay, well, you don't get to hear this part.
Okay.
We learned the secrets. We learned them all.
Did you get the potato? Is that what you said?
Yep.
I was trying to think of something random with secrets, and then I couldn't think of anything, and then I looked down and I was like, potato. I have the potato pulled up right here. That's
sick.
Just to let the people know.
Amazing. All right. I like this.
Why do we make shoelace clothing? And who wears it? Who is it for?
I think it's like one of those weird hobbies, like, you know.
My grandmother used to.
No, like the glass bottle ships.
Oh.
I think it's one of those things.
Okay. So it's kind of like weaving it together, like.
Yeah.
But we just do it with found material, like we do knitting with found materials.
Sure.
Maybe it's like we find like old shoelaces and we're like, people are discarding this and throwing it away. This could be used to knit.
Yeah.
And so we knit out of shoelaces.
I think it's a little more sophisticated than the way you're making it sound. I think we think it's more sophisticated.
Oh yeah. Oh, 100%.
We think it's so.
Me, Michaela thinks this is adorable and hilarious because I know how to knit, and I think it would be really cute to just tie a bunch of shoelaces together and just use it as one ball of yarn.
So we're a professor who's really wise and intelligent, but we also are kind of silly. Kind of super silly, and it's just because we are.
It's just, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's how people who are, like, super smart appear to other people. Is they're, like, they have weird quirks. And it's like, that's because their brain is thinking differently than yours. Because they're so much smarter than you, dummy.
Oh, okay.
I'm kidding. That was not...
You're not dumb.
No. I don't know who you is, but...
Well, you're looking at the thing, so it's them.
Oh, I was like, I was saying it to a person who's not here at the more present moment. This is about to die. But it was a fake conversation.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it was to a pretend person who was making fun of people. Because hopefully none of you guys.
Okay. Sure.
Chaos brain.
All right, so we've learned some stuff. We've made a character.
Are we done?
Do you think we're done?
I don't know.
Did you have more questions? In chat, if you have any ideas about what the specific question is.
Yeah, that's what
Because I'm still not sure.
Yeah. If you guys have ideas on what we're researching about the Abyss, maybe, if that's what we are researching.
Yeah.
And about what the question could be.
Yeah. I think we'll consider. And then maybe in our next episode we can cover that a little bit.
Yeah.
At the top. Mm-hmm. Or whenever we come back to the cloistered.
If maybe we see this character in the future, we'll be like, hey guys, remember that question we asked you?
We did this thing.
This is what we picked.
And I think it's okay that we haven't really talked as much about our earlier life, because I think
it's not important to our
personality, and we're probably older. Mm-hmm. I feel like we're older.
We're like middle-aged for an elf, which is like 300 years old.
Yeah. Maybe 400. Yeah.
Yeah! We're back in person.
We did it. Amazing. I think I'm gonna do a little transition.
Well,
you think we should?
I think that's a great thing. Just let me know so I can do my music.
All right, ready and transition. And we're back. I sure hope we are, at least.
Maybe we haven't been recording any of this whole time.
You know?
And that's the thumbnail.
And honestly?
Good times.
Yep.
At the El Casino.
This has been really fun. Obviously it's been very chaotic.
Hopefully the next one isn't like hopefully this wasn't too much, and hopefully the next one
I hope everyone had a good time.
Claire, make sure to say hi in the chat again so that everyone knows you're there.
I was about to do that to myself.
Really?
Yeah, and then you just did it.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say, Claire. Oh. Can you just... Okay, thanks. Claire, future Claire. Present Claire. How you doing? You okay? Has this been a good stream? Did you have a good time rewatching it? Because maybe it was chaotic for you, and I'm just really hoping that you had a good time being here on chat and stuff, and that chat was vibing too, because that's the most important thing. And it's it's really great that McKaylee's here in person and everything, but I think I just want to make sure that you are okay, because of course it's just so much happening today and tomorrow and the day that you stream this, and that you're there. Also, chat, hi. Love you guys. You're great. So great. Very happy that you could be here with us today. Hi. Okay, I'm done. I'm literally crying.
Yep. I tried to crawl between the bench and the table. It didn't work. It couldn't fit.
Yeah, so I hope you guys have had a great time. We have. Yeah. Yes. I guess we'll see you around. We'll be here, and maybe we'll be in the same place. Maybe we'll be over the Zooms, and then
Zooms
or the other videos. We'll be over the videos, and it'll be great.
We're doing FaceTime next time. That'll suck. We can't do that.
Nope, we're not doing that.
Oh boy.
But yeah,
can you screen share on FaceTime? Wait, you can.
I don't know.
Oh, no, sorry, I'm crying.
It's not all bad, okay? It's not all bad. I hope you've had at least a little bit of a good time.
I know I have.
We're back to the infomercial.
Infomercial. We'd be great infomercial girls.
What?
You know the Zach and Cody, Sweet Life Zach and Cody episode where the two girls, London and Ashley do an infomercial for a potato clock and makes fries. Yeah.
Wow, I love that McKaylee just
went back around to potatoes.
It always comes back to potato.
Potatoes.
All right, well, we're gonna go.
Before this gets any worse.
Before this gets before it gets more. Before more happens, we're gonna have a great night or day or whatever you're doing this time.
In the moment that you're watching this, have a good one.
Yeah.
That's what people say that. Okay.
Oh.
Have a good one, you know?
Oh, have a good one.
Because if you don't know what day or...
Have a good one.
Yeah, so then it's not a good morning or night, it's a one.
I was trying to have a good one. Okay, bye!
Bye!